Hey, what's up everybody? Tony with Lido Loca. First video of 2019, and of course 2019 started off with some controversy. We're gonna talk about why Carnival doing away with free room service is good for the consumer. You know the story, it's all over the internet for the last 2 days. Carnival Cruise Lines has done away with free room service. We did see a change last year where after 10 p.m. there was a cost for room service, but during the day you could still get all the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for free that you wanted. Well, no more. And not only did they do away with room service for free, they've swung completely the other way. The room service menu is now all a la carte. So it's not even like pay one price and get as much as you want. It's every item has a cost. And of course the banner for those that are against this change are saying, I'm not paying $4 for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Of course, there is a lot of content out there deriding Carnival for this change. How dare you quit nickel and diming? So I thought I would do the opposite and bring you some solid reasons for why doing away with free room service is actually good for the consumer. Hey, and before we jump into it, if you are new here and you like cruising content, cruising information, consider hitting the subscribe button with the notification bell on. That way you will get notified for all of our new content coming your way in 2019. All right, we're gonna break it down into 4 sections. I'll tell you what the 4 sections are. That way you stay till the end. The first section is called Food Waste Equals Money Waste. Topic number 2 is going to be Keeping Up with the Joneses. Topic number 3, this is a good one, Why Profitability is Good for the Consumer. And then the final one is The Pain of Change and How Loyalty Makes It All Feel Better. First, food waste equals money waste. If you have been on a Carnival cruise at all, and we have been on 4, only 4, and I am able to tell you that on every cruise I have walked down the hall during the day or in the evening and I have seen trays that have half-eaten peanut butter sandwiches, half-eaten bacon sandwiches, trays of half-eaten food. Now that food is not free. It has a cost. Now it was free to the consumer who ordered it on the Carnival Cruise Line during the day, but that half-eaten peanut butter sandwich sitting on the ground is wasted money. It's like throwing money in the trash. Compound that with the money that you have to spend for labor hours for people to gather up that thrown away food, to wash the dishes from the thrown away food, and that equals a lot of money. Carnival mentioned it. They want to eliminate food waste. It's the right thing to do to not waste food, but it's also a fiscally right thing to do. Every peanut butter and jelly sandwich left on a tray beside a door is like throwing money down the drain. So it makes sense to take a look at that money and say, should we be doing something else with it? Topic number 2, keeping up with the Joneses. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you know, why is Carnival raising the price of drinks? Why is Carnival raising the price of gratuities? Why? Guess what? Because everybody else is doing it. In any business, you want to make sure that your pricing aligns with the standards of the industry that you're in. Price fixing is where companies get together and they collude to come up with a certain price and then present that to the consumer. The way it works in a fair market is one company will make a change, and if that change is advantageous, other companies will see that change and they will adjust accordingly. So the whole standard moves based on other people acting. Now, we've seen other cruise lines raise their prices for various things, and they haven't gone out of business. So it only makes sense that other cruise lines would follow suit so that they would be at almost the same price. So they're not losing money, they're not leaving money on the table. That's the other thing that people don't understand. You can't be way ahead in pricing and you can't be way behind in pricing, because in business you are leaving money on the table if you are way underpriced, and it's not sustainable. You need to be with the pack. So Carnival making these changes to their gratuities, they didn't go to the top tier. There's companies out there that are charging 20% for gratuities. Carnival moved to 18, moved in line with some of the other cruise lines, and I really say they're at the bottom of that scale, at least for gratuities. So it's really all about keeping up with the Joneses from a pricing perspective. Now, another way that Carnival has to keep up with the Joneses is from an amenities perspective. Carnival has done a really good job of being the perceived low price value cruise line in the space. But there are a lot of other cruise lines that are coming close to Carnival's pricing that offer better amenities, whether it be flow riders on the Royal Caribbean ships, laser tag on the NCL ships, or even elevated food options like on MSC cruise lines. Carnival, they want to keep that perception of having the lowest fare, but they are getting pushback as to where are the amenities. You don't want to be the least expensive, known as the budget cruise line, but you don't want your amenities to be known as budget amenities. So they have to offer the consumer something that's enticing to go along with the low price. So we've seen Carnival do that. The announcement for the XL class ships, those are going to be huge cruise ships, and they're starting to roll out the amenities. They're going to have a roller coaster, for goodness sakes, on the Mardi Gras. And guess what? The research and development for that roller coaster costs a lot of money. The implementation of that costs a lot of money. The marketing of the roller coaster costs a lot of money. And so if they want to continue to offer lower prices, they have to figure out ways to come up with more money to increase their amenities. And so if we go back to step one, where you have money laying on the floor, it only makes sense that you're going to reclaim that money so that you can use it for things that benefit the consumers, like better amenities. All right, topic number 3, and I hear this a lot. Carnival is taking away this free room service so that they can line their pockets with more profit. Now, it is true that businesses are about profit. That's the whole reason. Cruise lines are not in business so they can just benevolently give people vacations. They're in business to make money. And that's a good thing for the consumer. You want companies to be profit-minded, because profit-minded companies are investing in things like liquid natural gas. They're investing in better amenities. They're investing in better entertainment. Companies that are just scraping by are not going to have the ability to do that. So you want your business to be profitable. And just some insight to the way that profit discussions work in corporate America. Every year there's planning for budgets for how much you're going to spend on research and development, how much you're going to spend on labor, and how much profit you want to make. Normally you have a profit goal and you have a stretch profit goal, and you work toward those things. They've got to find a way to meet all those budget items, to give you new amenities, to give you more cruising options, to give you new cruise ships, to keep that fare low. And profit is just one of them. Certainly we want our companies, our cruise lines, to make profit. I don't think they're out there trying to gouge people to make more profit. I think they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. I think they're trying to find wasted money and use it a better way. And I think it's all going to benefit the consumer. You want profitable companies taking you on a cruise. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is the psychology of change. People freak out when things change, and especially if you are bought into a company because of the loyalty that you have for the company. It's just like any relationship. If you are in a relationship and you like the way things are going, you don't want it to change. And then when something changes, the red flags are raised and it's like, oh my goodness, things are changing. So I really just want to take a second to challenge people that are bought into loyalty programs. Do the math. How much money are you going to spend to achieve a certain amount of loyalty on a cruise line? And what are the rewards? Because they use those loyalty programs to build in a psychology that makes you not want to try anything else. That's why it's so frustrating when things change. It's like, I've spent all this money to be loyal to a certain cruise line, and now they're changing the game on me. And I can't just go somewhere else because I've invested all this time, I've invested all this money. Do the math. All that, say you've spent $10,000 to achieve a certain level with a cruise line. What reward are you getting? I know you have to get to the top echelon of some of these reward programs for it really to be things of value, like over $100. If you are worried about changing cruise lines because you don't want to miss out on a free $12 drink, then the cruise line has you exactly where they want you. And that's why you're so upset when things change, because you don't see the option to go try another line because you don't want to miss out on the perceived thing that you're supposed to get. If you do the math, you are spending more and more just to get something that's not worth a lot of value, and you're giving up your choice for that. So you got to reprogram your mind a little bit. Realize that business is in business for profit, and that you are in the business of getting the best value for your dollar. And sometimes that means looking at other cruise lines. Now, I like Carnival. I like free room service, but I do think that doing away with free room service is going to benefit the consumer at the end of the day. I think it's going to free up more money for research and development. It's going to free up more money for amenities. And I tell you what, I would rather give up the half peanut butter sandwich sitting in the hall to ride a roller coaster. Sometimes that's the trade-off that you have to make. I know we don't like change, but do the math, think about what you're actually getting, As long as those prices stay low on the base fare, if Carnival can hold its position as kind of the least expensive entry into cruising, I think it's going to be good for the consumer. So I know this is not the popular track, and I think I could have argued either way, but I wanted to take a stab at why, at least from a business perspective, that this is good for the consumer. Let me know what you think. Is there any merit to my argument, or am I just a babbling fool? If you got anything out of this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Those likes help us out on YouTube, and what really helps us is if you go to the YouTube page and you share this with your cruising community, or share this on your page if you have friends that are cruisers. Get the word out about Lido Loca. Again, this is Tony from Lido Loca. If you like cruising content, subscribe to our channel, look us up on social media, and come join the cruising community over on Facebook, the Lido Loca cruising community. We'd love to have you there. All right, let me know. I gotta go. Somebody's at the door. I gotta pay for my room service. But look, until the next time, I'll see you on the Lido.